the last time I showed this build, like actually showed how to make this build? Is about like maybe 3 months ago. Yeah, about 3 months ago. And some of you guys, I can understand you're new to the channel. You want to know how to make this build. The link usually is in the description when I use this build. Most of the time that you go in the video, it's going to be a link to the build that I'm using in the description. And if it's not, you can just search it up. You can search up Playmaking Shot Critter, ChaMoma Slashing Build. It's going to pop up. ChaMoma's Post Playmaking. It's going to pop up. It's going to be right in your face. But today I'm going to be showing you 3 different slasher builds that you'll be able to use in stage, park, or the rec center. So anybody it's a build here just for you. If you're an ISO player and you play the 1v1 core, you just want an ISO type build, the build is here for you. If you're somebody that's going to run 3s with this type of build and you just want to get contact dunks a few times, it's a build in here for you. Or if you're somebody that just don't want to have a 99 overall player and you just want to have a 97, 98, and you can keep a 97, 98, I have a build in here just for you. But most of you guys, y'all know what this slasher build, I can shoot on this build, I can dribble on this build, I can dunk on this build, with also having a decent amount of defense on this build. A lot of you guys, when you making this slasher build, a lot of you guys, I know y'all be having people to play defense for you, you sit in the corner, but I also make builds to make sure if you don't have teammates like that, you can pick and choose who you play with. You'll be able to still be using this build without actual teammates. So this, you see, I got a 94 speed, 93 acceleration, and looking at my stats, 81 3-pointer, I green with it, 81 ball control, pro dribble moves, 85 driving dunk, but you have to be 99. If you're somebody that just want to get contact dunks, 84 driving dunk, you get contact dunks. But if you want that 85 and get elite contact dunks, hey, you know what to do. Make this build right here. But look, 14, 15, 12, and 7. This badge count is all right. This is really intended for me to be a like ISO type build. This is really a ISO type build to use. But most of you guys, 6'5", this build is amazing. So look, when I end up making this build, I'm going to end up making a point guard or a shooting guard. The reason why some people be like, okay, why are you making this shooting guard? Why did you make yours a shooting guard? As you making a shooting guard, you unlock different dunk animations. Like if I want a LeBron dunk package, I would make a shooting guard because it unlocks as a shooting guard, as point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. But if I was only a point guard, I would only unlock point guards and shooting guards, dunk packages like Kobe, all them type of players. But the pie charts that we're going to be working with today are going to be the half and half blue-green, and the more blue and less green. These 2 pie charts are the main 2 pie charts that you want to use to make a great slasher build, to be able to shoot, dunk, and still have the dribbling ability. For the first build right here, this is my slasher build. This is the build that I'm using right now currently, but I also tweaked it a little to get a little better badge count. Like when I first made this build in patch 3, it was cool and all. It's still a playable build, but I know I can get maybe 1 or 2 extra badge points on each category if I actually tweak it a little. But if you're somebody that cannot keep 99 overall, or if you're somebody that can't get over that 97, 98 overall threshold, and you're just gonna be playing in the park, this might not be the build for you. This build right here, this is one of the 3 builds. This is one of the builds that you have to keep around 99 overall. Like if you don't keep it at 99 overall, you do not keep your elite contact dunks. You will have regular contact dunks, but you won't have elite contact dunks. But there's still 2 other builds that you can still use that you don't have to keep 99 overall at, and still be able to get contact dunks and shoot consistently on. But as some of you guys know, if you have a 75 driving dunk and you end up having slash and takeover, that +10, when you end up unlocking that slash and takeover and you activate it, you're gonna get contact dunks. That's one thing. You can also keep it like this, how it's set up right now, and just change a little few things here and there. You can lower maybe the finishing, and you can higher the shooting and get more defense somewhere else. If you really play the corner, you can lower your defense. But on this build right here, this is something for somebody that usually ISOs, they play 2s, or they play the 1v1 court, or they play a secondary ball handler, 15, 15, 13, and 7. But like I said, if you're somebody that's going to be sitting corner, you don't need your block most of the time. You can take off your block and you can put it on your finishing and shooting. As I changed a few things to this build, all I did was take off the block and move it to the finishing and shooting, and now I have 16, 17, 13, and 5. If you're somebody that's going to sit corner on this build, you can use this somewhat type of this way. But the thing about it, this build would be way better if you made it smaller and did this type of thing, but use the 75 driving dunk method with the slashing takeover. But look, I'm gonna get into that more into the video. As the usual height on this build, you mostly 6'5" or 6'4". 6'4", you get an 84 driving dunk at 99. At 6'5", you get an 85 driving dunk at 99. But that's with you having long wingspans. Literally, max wingspan on this build will only get you contact dunks or elite contact dunks based on what height you pick. That's why with the 6'5", you have to keep 99. 99 gets you 85 driving dunk, but you will still be able to get regular contacts if you stay at 98. But if you end up going 6'4", if you can't keep that 99, once you hit 98 overall, you got an 83 driving dunk, and you won't be able to get contact unless you have slashing takeover when it activates. But as you see, I got slashing, playmaking, shot critter, and lock take. You can also get sharpshooter. All you gotta do is tweak a few things, you will end up getting sharpshooter. But look, for the one of those being builds, that's mostly a 99 slasher type build that you have to keep. But as this being the other build, the more blue, less green, this might be a build for you. Especially you have to be somewhat smaller on this build, but it's a very effective build. I say you have to keep it around the ranges of 6'2", 6'3", and 6'4". But hey, you're not really losing that much. Only thing that you're losing is the Hall of Fame shooting. But if you guys still want the Hall of Fame shooting, I still got a build for you. Like, it's not over. It's not over. I still have a build for you. But as this being a gold shooting and Hall of Fame finishing build, this is where we're going to get into it. This right here, you can end up maybe getting 16, 17 finishing badges and still be good with that. 16 finishing badges on this build. And since you got gold shooting badges, now you can get more badges, but it just be at a lower quality of getting that percentage boost. But the badge range that you want for this shooting is really like 17 to 18 badge upgrades. That's the perfect spot for this type of build. I would go with 18, but if you can get 19, go for 19. But look, as this getting 18 shooting badges, remember they're on gold, so you're gonna get more badges that you apply since they're on gold. So look, for the next badge for playmaking, you can get up to 16, but 14 is just good enough based on how you're playing. If you're somebody that's gonna be playing threes with this build or twos, you're gonna use threes on this build. To be honest, you can use the twos, but you're gonna be way smaller than what you usually are, especially on that last slasher build. 14 playmaking badges gets the job done. You don't need nothing more than that, based on who you're playing with on your team. But when it comes to the defensive part of this build, I'm gonna let you know this now. 6 defensive badges can get the job done. 5 defensive badges can get the job done based on your play style. If you're somebody that's sitting in the corner, 5 to 6 defensive badges get the job done. If you're somebody that's gonna be playing with randoms, or you're gonna end up playing casually in the park, or even in the rec or stage, like just to have them defensive badges based on if you don't have a lockdown on your team, you can still play on-ball defense if you have the badge points. But like I said at the beginning of this second build, I told you the average height that I'm going to tell you with this build is 6'2", 6'3", and 6'4". The best height that I can tell you to get the most speed out of it is the 6'2". You still get contact dunks, but with the 6'3", it's right in the middle, it's average, but I prefer running with the 6'2", because once you change a few things, make the wingspan, you can make it max, you can make it minimum, but when you make it max, you're still gonna end up not all the way max, but somewhat close to max. That 82.2 wingspan is like right there, the sweet spot for this build. You go lowest weight, you'll end up having like a 97 speed with this build. A 97 speed or a 96 speed is not bad, especially on a build that doesn't get seen as a primary playmaking build with a high ball control and all that. But looking at this build, you're gonna get your contact dunks, because once we change the wingspan and things like that, the contact dunks is gonna come. As I make this build to 82.2, as you see, I get an 81 driving dunk, literally off the rip, after going up 1. But if I go up 2, I have an 82 driving dunk. The reason why I'm giving you to go to 82 driving dunk, so when you ever get to 98 overall, you have elite contact dunks off the rip. 98 overall, you got your elite contact dunks. So if you ever get 99 overall and you lose them, you still have your elite contact dunks. And you ever get to 97 overall, you'll still have regular contact dunks. But if you're somebody that still can't get over that 95 overall, or you never cared to grind to 95 overall, this might not be also the build for you. But most of the people who end up grinding this type of build, it's only like 3 overalls that you need. So once you get to 98, the build is basically done. But once this next build that you see, a lot of you guys might be surprised. This build right here is one of the most shocking builds as a slasher on the game. As we're making the way back to the half and half green and blue pie chart, this build right here is going to make you really think about why this game is somewhat broken, but how are you able to do this? As you usually see, it's not that many small slashers on the game, like super small slashers. You might see a 5'7" here and there, you might see a 5'11", but when it comes to actually making a crazy build, like a really crazy build, this is one of the builds I didn't think that was going to be possible. We'll be coming out with the 12 finishing badges, but y'all like, hold on, 77 driving dunk, 77. But as I end up changing a few things, y'all must see, 18 shooting badges. 18 shooting badges is the perfect sweet spot with Hall of Fame shooting. You get 4 Hall of Fame, and you maybe get one silver badge, but how you put that is up to you. But now we got 12, 18, 16 playmaking badges. But with this 16 playmaking badges, you definitely can do some damage with this 16 playmaking badges, especially on goal. But as you're playing on this build, you can really ISO on this build. You really can sit corner and play stage on this build. Like, bro, when you see these stats, you're gonna be like, okay, this is the BP build that we've been looking for. This is the slasher build that we've been looking for. As I only have 5 defensive badges, this is one of them builds that you can somewhat play on goal here and there, but mostly you're gonna sit corner on this build. But as you pay attention to the stats, these stats, 81 3-pointer, 81 ball control, and a 75 drive and dunk. Look, this build can go all the way to 5'11" and still be great. But look, the speed is the key, especially for this build, because you can get a crazy amount of speed on this build, somewhat close to a playmaking shot creator speed. So look, at 6'1" and 6 foot being the best heights to use, I'm gonna go with the in between or somewhat close near it. I'm gonna stick with the 6'2", that's our baseline. I'm using the 6'2" as a baseline build. So look, as I go max wingspan, that's what we're not gonna do. With this build, we're going to go with the 75 driving dunk and the slashing takeover method. As y'all guys don't know, if you get slashing takeover, plus 10 to your slashing attributes, so you will have that elite contact animations and you will unlock every elite contact. So look, as we end up getting this, we're gonna have a 72 wingspan. That's a 73 driving dunk. If you're somebody that know that can't get to 97 overall, don't make it this way. But if you end up grinding this build to 99, this build will be amazing. Just in general, it's always going to be a good build off rip as you lower your wingspan. But once you get to 99, you will have somewhat of an 89 to 88 ball control, an 86 3-pointer, 87, based on if you go through the 6'1" or 6'2" or the 6 foot. Those are the 3 ones I would choose through. But as you get the takeovers are looking real nice. You get shot creator, sharp, slashing, and playmaking. But with this build, it's mandatory to use slashing takeover if you really care for the contact dunks. To be honest, if you really want them contact dunks, you will go with slashing takeover for that plus 10. But as we get the name scoring machine, on this game, scoring machine, slasher, floor spacing, slasher, they're all the same builds. But if you guys are going to end up trying one of these 3 builds or trying all 3, let me know in the comment section. And be your man ChaMoma. Follow me on the Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.